We're now making our way along the bottom edge of a bit of a field. You can probably just see some houses up there in the distance. Those, I should imagine, are on the main road of Appley Bridge. We're in the fields type of thing still. There is horses in this field, so I'm a little bit wary and keeping my eye open. But they're not inquisitive, they're not interested today. I know I got a bit of the Mick took out of me. Mick, funnily enough, Mick Byrne. He said, I can't believe, you turned back because you saw an horse. Well, Mick, once you've had one run in with them, it sort of makes you a bit wary. Once bitten, twice shy. Bubum-tish. So we're now going to go down here, I think, and it'll go down a ravine and then up on the other side. And as I said, if it brings us out where I think it's going to bring us out, I'll even show you a bit of my brickwork handiwork, assuming it's not fallen down, of course, that I built when I used to flash the old silver blade when I was a brickie back in the day. And I used to work for a fella called Bert Wild. Best way I can describe Bert was if you can imagine Don Revie, the ex-Leeds and England manager. That's what he looked like, He just didn't have as much money as Don Revie. Right, this is a little bit precarious, this, so I'm going to take my time, hot potters. Once again, I don't want to be falling on camera, So we're now down the other side of that ravine, just making my way out of it. Sometimes climbing out can be just as bloody hard as climbing down. There we go, we're out of it now. On and on the footpath goes. You see, sometimes as well you can get fooled, because that there, show you, that looks like a footpath, but it's not. It doesn't go anywhere. A number of times I've been on paths like that. Still, they all lead somewhere, don't they? I've got lots of ideas for future videos. Unfortunately though, I'm probably going to run out of time, aren't I, before the birth of my son or daughter, before I get round to doing them all. Every now and again you get a burst of creativity, and usually I get my burst of creativity, should I say, when people are at the most negative. Again, going back to haters for a moment, they must realise that the more they try and push me down, I just come back with a video. Somebody wants to take Mickey out of a particular video I do, I'll just go out and I just do one just to wind you up. You don't realise that. That's it. Joke's on you guys, really. Should find something better to do with your time and try to run other people down. Right then, we've got this little sty here, little homemade jobby. We're going to negotiate that and then push on. Over we go. Look at that. Surprised that's still there, this time of year. Somebody's not been down and down with a saw and cut it down for a Christmas tree. That's absolutely amazing that this is on your doorstep and you don't know about it. Definitely going to title this film, I think, The Wigan I Never Knew. So, we've got the motorway that way. Down there's Appley Bridge, and I can't see the path, hot potters. No, do I go that way? I'm trying to think in my mind, I'm trying to remember Google Maps now. I think we'll go this way. I think we'll head this way. And worst that can happen is it just leads nowhere and then we come back. Not a bit first time I've got lost, not a bit last. As Mrs H will testify. Sometimes I just enjoy doing these type of videos, rather than going looking at something and having to remember hundreds of facts, because that's what you've got to do, hot potters. You know, if you're doing things like history, heritage, you've got to know your facts, because if you don't, I'll guarantee you someone will come on and say, that's not right. You know, and then they'll blow your legs off and make you look stupid. And you can be forgiven for getting facts wrong on 1 or 2 videos, but not when it's all time, you know, people then just say, don't know what he's talking about, this pellet, you know. So, I do my research. And yes, I do use Wikipedia a lot, as I've been criticised for doing by certain people. But, that's what you've got to do. Haha, I think the footpath is there, hot potters. Shall we go for it? Go on, nothing to lose, have we? Looks like there's feet mark here, that's usually a good indication. I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Why don't farmers just put fencings across? And then people will keep off the crops and stuff. You know, they'll not damage your crops. I know it's cost, I know what you're going to say, there's a cost of fencing and that putting it up, but it must cost you more in damage. Right, I'm going to turn the camera off here, because this segment's getting a little bit long and it's getting a bit slippy underfoot. So join me in a minute when we get over this field and down another ravine and up, and we'll see where it brings us out. Right, hot potters, we've just made our way across that field there, and we're heading for that little footbridge just down there. We're on a bit of an incline here, so I'm going to have to watch my feet again. But the motorway is getting louder, so I would definitely say we're on the right track here. A little bit of a river there, which is why there's probably a footbridge here. You wouldn't just put a footbridge where there's no water, would you? Quite clear that too, surprisingly. Obviously taking all the water off the fields. Make our way up here and over. Now, one thing that has surprised me whilst I've been on this little bimble, I've not seen a soul, I've not seen anyone. So it's obvious others don't know this area either. But just as I said that, look at that, somebody's left a poo bag there. Now, if you're going to walk your dog, I understand people, you know, they try and keep footpaths clear. But rather than do that, best thing to do is get a stick and flick. And what that means is, get yourself a stick, any of these here, any of these will do. Get it under dog's mess and flick it out where. So nobody's going to be walking among that lot, are they? You know, don't be going getting a bag and tying it up and leaving it on a bloody tree. You know, it'll be, how long's that going to take before it rots down? Anyway, that's just my 5 penneth worth on it. Somebody's paved this, Luke. How good's that? Coming up to this kissing gate here. And we'll see where this brings us out. Ah, another little path. Little farmhouse over there. Now, thinking back to my maps, that's definitely on it, so we're definitely on the right trail here. And we're now coming up to that little farmhouse. The path should then turn left and take us past another farm, and then we should start coming to some civilization. Now at that point I can make the choice to either walk back along the main road or back the way I came. I'll have to see how I feel, hot potters, but usually I prefer being where it's quiet, because there's less mather. Making our way up to this star here. We'll negotiate that. Look at that, a lot of feathers though. Wonder if an hawk or something's had a bird. Nature, eh? Very brutal. Well, I don't know. More bags just shoved in by dog walkers. They give the rest of us a bad name when they do tricks like that. Oh, there's that farm. Let's get over this and then we'll make our way down that path there. Right, we've now left one farmhouse behind and we're coming up to another. It's not too bad, this footpath, good for walking on. And as you can see over there in the distance, we're coming up to some civilization. So we should come out roughly where that house is that I was telling you that I worked on way back when, with dear old Bertie Wild stroke Don Revie, Don Revie, whichever way you pronounce it. Revie if you're from up north, Revie if you think you're posh. Yeah, I've enjoyed today's walk, Hot Potters. Hopefully you guys have as well. You know, it's not all history and heritage, is it, and tramping over moor land. Hey up, Royal Mail's here. One efforts to stem in, let him go. They get about, don't they? Male men and male women. Unsung heroes, really, when you come to think. They make sure we get our letters, don't we? But most of the time. Just imagine living out here though. You know, I'd love it, me. Not being mothered by anybody. All that space for my dogs running. I'd love it, but you need some money, don't you? You need some money for a property like that. The poor ex-brickie isn't going to be able to afford something like that. Sorry, Mrs H, but I'm not. A bonny house though. I wouldn't mind being 50 pence behind them, put it that way. I mean, I give farmers a rough time in some of these videos. You know, you don't maintain your footpaths, you don't do this, you don't do that, but they do work long hours. You know, I wouldn't like to think I was working them kind of hours. So, Hot Potters, we're on our final stretch here. I think we're about to come back out on the main road here. A little bit of a gas supply installation though. Don't know what that's about. Oh, it's Shevington Pig Trap Station, whatever that is. We'll just take a closer look at this installation known as Shevington Pig Trap Station. I'll just put my hands through the bars there and then you can have an unobstructed view of what it's like inside. There we go, that's better. Unobstructed view. Just got my arms through the railings here, hopefully I won't drop the camera. There's an awful smell here, and whether or not that's methane or actual gas, I don't know. I have no idea what this installation would be for. Part of the national grid anyway. Right, Hot Potters, we're coming to the main road now. Be a quick little shufty, quick look. And this is roughly where our video's going to come to an end. Hopefully, if it brings me out where I think it'll bring me out, I can show you that garage I built and then I'll end the video there. So as there's quite a bit of traffic around this area, I'm coming up to some surgery here, I'm going to switch off until we get to the end of the road. So join me again in a little while. And there, folks, is the main road. We're by Gatherstock Golf Club on Miles Lane here, which is Chevy Hapley Bridge. And there in front of you, that little extension there, that's the one that me and Bert Wild built many years ago. Remember working on that, we had to really dig down deep on those foundations. But we'll take a closer look and you'll be able to see some of the good brickwork. Now all the crap ones and the bits that are missing in it, Bert did that, not me, honest. Right, I think I'm going to make my way back through the fields as opposed to heading along the main road. As I said, it's just a bit more pleasant to the eye. Well folks, that brings us to the end of today's video. Hope you've enjoyed this little bimble. The lady in the house, she's just come out wondering what I was doing, and when I said I actually built it, she remembered me from all those years ago. So that was a nice one to end the video on, wasn't it? So folks, I'm going to get off now. I'm going to head back off across the fields, and I'll go and edit this video up for your edification as always. So until the next time, from myself, Mr. H, it is bye bye for now.